In today's video, let's talk about what you can say when someone asks you a question and you don't completely understand. My name is Chris. I am a business English coach and tutor. My full time job is helping international professionals who use English as a second language to communicate at work. So, if that sounds like you, then hopefully you'll find this video interesting. Let's start here. Take a look at this and tell me if this sounds like you. I'm really sorry, I didn't understand. Sorry, could you say that again, please? Could you say that one more time, please? Sorry, I didn't catch that. This might be in a job interview or in a meeting or a performance review, but there are often times when it's really important at work to understand the questions that you're being asked. So, what do we say when we don't understand? I've got three great ideas for you, three great solutions for when you just don't understand the question. So before we get started, we're going to need a question. So here's my question for you. How has this last year panned out for you? How has this last year panned out for you? Now, there's a chance that, of course, if I'm speaking quickly or I have a strong accent, that you just didn't quite hear the question. But another problem is that maybe I'm using vocabulary that you didn't quite understand. Either way, the solutions are kind of the same. Let's start with number one. Our first solution is to take something that you did understand and repeat it back to them with the question as you understood it. Repeat back to them the question that you think they are asking. For instance, do you mean what I did in the last year? Or, so you're asking me to tell you about the things I've done in the past 12 months, is that right? Taking part of the question, the part that you understood, and repeating it back to them shows at least some level of understanding. And this is a question that a native speaker might ask. Even if they understood the whole question, maybe you still need some clarification. Before we move on to our second idea, just briefly, there is a companion PDF lesson for this video. So if you'd like all of the ideas and tips and vocabulary from today's video all in one place, that's free to download, and you can follow the link down in the pinned comment or in the description to find that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, our second idea today, our second technique is again to repeat back part of the question, the part that you maybe understood, but this time is to ask for clarification on exactly what they are asking. For instance, can you clarify exactly what you want me to tell you about the past year? Are you interested more in statistics, my numbers and figures and performance, or are you interested in my professional growth and how I've developed professionally over the past year? Just thinking a little bit about what they might be asking and offering these back as clarifying questions can help to show that, again, you understand the question and you just want more detail. Okay, our third idea here is for when you have no idea what the question was. You have absolutely zero understanding, but you still don't really want to say, I'm sorry, what did you say? And this idea is to ask for more detail in general, to ask a general question which asks them to give more information about what they are interested in. The great thing about questions like this is that you can apply them to anything. even if you didn't understand any part of the question. For instance, that's an interesting question. Could you give me a little more detail on what you're asking? That's an interesting question. Could you give me a little more detail on what you're asking, please? Or could you drill down on the kind of thing you're interested in? Could you drill down on the kind of thing you're interested in? Could you elaborate a little on that question, please? Could you elaborate a little on that question, please? Would you mind going a little deeper on what you're looking for with that question? Would you mind going a little deeper on what you're looking for with that question? So there we go. We have 3 different ways that you can respond when you don't understand a question without just going for, I'm sorry, could you say that again, please? And we should clarify, of course, what did our question mean? Well, this is the phrasal verb to pan out. This comes from the gold rush in California in the mid 19th century. You would get a pan or a plate and fill it with river water and stuff from the bottom of a river and see if there was gold at the bottom. This was called panning for gold. So these days, when we say, how did it pan out? We mean you've got this thing, this plate of dirt. How did it pan out? Was there gold at the bottom or none? Was it good or bad? What was the outcome? How did the situation end or conclude? So maybe your year panned out really well. You learned a lot and performed really well at work. Or maybe it didn't pan out so well and there were opportunities that you missed. If you would like the companion PDF lesson for this video, then you can click the link down in the description or in the pinned comment. That will take you straight to the Breakout Business English website where you can download a PDF document with all of the vocabulary and ideas from today's video so you can look at them and help yourself study or just refer back to them whenever you need them. Also, if you would like to book some of my time to work on your English communication skills, then again, that link is down in the description and in the pinned comment. Last week, I released a video about answering questions and how we can do this when we are not completely sure of our answer. It's a great video to watch after this one, and I'll link that right here.